Hello, I'm Recky, and welcome back for another military reaction. One of my favorite things to do. I love this. I really love this. We're gonna check out the M1 Abrams Super Tank over by US Military News. Fantastic channel. Link for it is in the description, as well as for this video we're about to watch. It's 10 minutes long, and I'm hoping that it's packed with information on why the M1 is such a beast. I'm eager. If you are too, smack the like and of course hit that subscribe. I would greatly appreciate that. And a thank you to all my awesome people, the channel members, and of course the Patreons. Thank you so much for the amazing support. And a shout out to my supreme tier donators over by Patreon and on YouTube. Thank you, means everything. Now, let's find out what's going on with the M1. Beast!
Hello everyone, today we'll show you why Russia and China fear America's M1 Abrams tank. So don't forget to support our channel by pressing the subscribe button below. Click if you like it and share to social media so your friends know what you know. Thank you. Back in the 1990s, I recall reading Tom Clancy's loving paean to the M1 Abrams armored cav, in which he related that the unkillable tank had never been knocked out by hostile fire. The Abrams 120mm cannon effortlessly peeled the turrets off of T-72 tanks during the Gulf War, while Russian anti-tank missiles and 125mm shells couldn't pierce the American tank's Chobham armor. In fact, the Abrams' own gun reportedly struggled to penetrate the Abrams' depleted uranium armor. Since then, the Abrams has been involved in a lot more war, and it has had to forsake its invincible reputation. During the U.S. invasion and occupation of Iraq, several were knocked out by massive IEDs or RPGs in the vulnerable rear armor, others by advanced Russian-made anti-tank missiles such as the AT-14 Cornet. In the ongoing conflicts in Yemen and Iraq, dozens of Saudi and Iraqi Abrams have been taken out by such missiles. The Abrams also hasn't encountered modern tanks. In fact, the Abrams is hardly unrivaled in its very heavy weight class. Other vehicles such as the German Leopard 2, the British Challenger 2, the French Leclerc and Israeli Merkava 4 possess similar firepower and protection levels.
Is this picture actually legit? Because that is the coolest picture.
Though of course each type has its advantages and disadvantages. However, none of them were likely to ever be shooting at an Abrams, so it wasn't a problem. For decades, the most threatening potential opponent was the Russian T-90 tank, a vehicle which has a fighting chance against the Abrams but is hardly a peer. Russia's new T-14 Armata tank finally does present a peer challenge to the Abrams. While the Abrams still appears to have a slight edge in conventional armor, the Armata compensates with a combination of explosive reactive armor and a sophisticated radar-guided activation protection system, APS, intended to shoot down incoming projectiles. The T-14's new 2A82 125mm also has improved armor penetration, meaning the Abrams' frontal armor may be vulnerable at shorter combat ranges, possibly 1,500 meters and less. While it's still debatable which is the superior tank, they clearly both are capable of destroying each other. The point is that the Abrams can no longer assume the inferiority of opposing tanks. The SEPv3 Abrams. Another thing they used to say in the 90s was, the Army doesn't do cities. During the U.S. invasion and occupation of Iraq, which involved a gazillion military operations in urban terrain, a tank urban survival kit, Tusk, was rushed into service with a number of upgrades to cope with potential ambushes from any direction. Many of those upgrades have been standardized in later Abrams, including improved belly armor, a crew remotely operated weapon station, CROWS, basically a remote-controlled 50 caliber machine gun so that the crew isn't exposed when firing.
That is epic. Talk about being in cover all the time, yet using all these massive weapons. It's fantastic.
And add-on explosive reactive armor, ERA, to the vulnerable sides of the turret.
Oh, Lord.
The U.S. Army had long eschewed ERA as it can wound nearby friendly infantry and can get used up. However, it served as a relatively lightweight and inexpensive means of defending the Abrams' vulnerable side armor from concealed enemy rocket-propelled grenade teams. The latest Abrams variant is an upgrade package, the M1A2 SEPv3. Many of its features are practical rather than sexy, upgraded computers, and a new auxiliary power unit, APU, that allows the Abrams to keep its sophisticated systems running while the engine is off, improving the fuel efficiency of the Abrams' notoriously thirsty turbine engines. Maintainability is improved with modular replaceable cabling. There are some lethality upgrades, notably a data link to connect with new advanced multi-purpose programmable airburst shells. These will allow the
That was probably the longest word ever, but I think I got it.
Abrams main gun to shoot high explosive shells that detonate directly above enemy troops in cover, and ability hope to counter to enemy anti-tank missile teams. Other detonation modes, including one optimized for penetrating walls, are also available. An improved forward-looking infrared sensor, FLIR, will upgrade the Abrams' detection capabilities and main gun accuracy. A revised lower-profile remote-controlled machine gun also sports improved cameras. Finally, and possibly most importantly, the M1's depleted uranium armor package has been improved. How much, you ask? The Defense Department sure ain't telling. ERA, however, does not appear to be in the default package. A jammer for disabling wireless IEDs has also been installed. Critical add-ons, new ammunition, and active protection. A number of the most important upgrades to the Abrams capability may come independently from the set.
Let's just watch the M1 for a bit here. I really love how this looks. It looks like an angry beetle, like a pissed off beetle, really, really mad, angry, salty, up for revenge, kicking some serious butt.
V3 upgrade package. The first already began entering service in 2015, the M829A4 armor-piercing fin-stabilized discarding shell, the latest ammunition type for the Abrams 120mm M256 cannon. The M829A4 has a segmented depleted uranium penetrator and has been specially designed to defeat the relict explosive reactive armor on the latest Russian tanks, including the T-14 Armata. Future improvements to the Abrams firepower are likely to come by improving the capabilities of munitions, as they're easier to upgrade and replace than the main guns. Another innovation, active protection systems, APS, have the potential to revolutionize tank defenses. The best combine soft kill measures that obscure the tank and mislead guided missiles, as well as hard kill measures that literally shoot down incoming projectiles. These are generally most effective against missiles, though theoretically may be effective against tank shells. The M829A4 shell is supposedly designed to overcome them. The Israeli Trophy APS has a proven record shooting down deadly anti-tank missiles in recent conflicts. The United States military has attempted to develop its own indigenous system, but recently the Army and Marines began testing Trophy on M1A2 tanks. Trophy can basically be purchased off the shelf and installed relatively quickly. So if the Defense Department decides that Abrams needs the capability, it could pursue the upgrade relatively quickly. Another upgrade that could be installed quickly if desired would be a laser warning receiver, LWR. An LWR would notify the Abrams crew if their vehicle was being painted by an enemy laser rangefinder and guidance system, giving the crew an opportunity to hit the reverse pedal and back the tank out of danger. It should be stressed that there are no definitive plans to install the latter two technologies in the SEPv3 Abrams. However, they are obvious upgrades that could be implemented quickly and at a reasonable cost. The future. The Army is currently planning to develop a more radical upgraded Abrams by 2020, the M1A2 Details are sketchy, but reducing the Abrams' roughly 70-ton weight appears to be one of the priorities. Certainly, weight has limited the ability to deploy the Abrams around the world and restricted which bridges it can cross. Features specifically mentioned include a lighter weight gun, replacing the wiring with fiber optic cables to shave off 2 tons of weight, improved suspension, and adding a laser warning receiver. Other improvements are doubtlessly being considered, but specifics are lacking for now.
Love the sound. Okay. It was exactly the way I wanted it to be. This picture, you already have a beast of a tank, and all you have to do is just fine tune it. Improve this, improve that, change that. And it's gonna get better and better and better each time. I am blown away by the fact that they have some kind of a repellent. Probably the wrong word to use in this matter, but picture this: you're in a tank and you get shot by another projectile, whatever it is, if from a tank or an RPG, whatever. And there is a counter that probably, I'm gonna assume, that is automatically. This goes out and destroy this projectile before it hits the tank. Come on. Come on, that is just insane. I can't even grasp it. I can't even understand that. This is something you have in airplanes and in combat up in the air, jets. Now available in a tank. Wow. Fantastic. We learned something today. We got educated with the M1. Loved it. If you loved it, smack the like and of course hit that subscribe. Check out my Patreon and check out channel membership to support me. I'm Recky. You stay safe.